You're going to be able to see this when I turn around. Is it on? Wait, okay.
It's on now.
Okay.
Check, 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 check. Say something.
Testing, testing.
All right, I can't believe it. I'm doing a check, and here we are. We are already live, which is cool, right? Which is really cool how that kind of works. They love being behind the scenes, by the way. They love being behind the scenes. For those that don't know, my name is Shay Brown, by the way, and this is Kim Martin. And just recently, I discovered Kim Martin is the founder of Undeniably Audacious Women. Women, that's right. Woo! Coming together, coming together, coming together.
Coming together.
But here's what blew my mind away. This concept that you had, if I can, this real concept on mastering disappointment as one of the keys to success for women today.
Yes.
So if I forgot this right, and this is what you said, one of the keys to success for women today is mastering disappointment, which sounds like oxymoron. It sounds like, is that even possible? It's like, how do you even do it? I have no clue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but one of the things I always say, if you want to be successful, you must learn to master the disappointment within so that you can be the undeniably audacious woman you were created to be. We are created to be undeniably audacious. And as life happens and, time passes and we experience disappointments and, time after time after time, we stack them and ultimately wind up building monuments to disappointment. So I had similar things like that go on in my life. And there were some things I had to do. And basically, this methodology that we're going to talk about is out of my own journey and out of my own need to be able to, clear out disappointments and things that were holding me back, and so that I could be undeniably audacious and take big, bold steps, to move forward. Big, bold steps.
Okay, so today, for those who want to take those big, bold steps.
That was a little step, say.
Oh.
Big.
Oh, okay, I got it. I got to take these big.
As far as you can go.
Bold. I can't go too far now. Steps. Then I can master disappointment within. Yeah. And you're going to show today, step by step, you're going to show the methodology that you use in order for you to take those big, bold steps.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
And you're going to do this real time?
I'm going to do it real time.
Oh, this is going to be cool. I can't wait.
I'm going to use my own journey, my own life as an example.
I'm dying to hear step one. I'm just dying.
Just to kind of share. And I've gotten to the place today where, disappointments, they will continue to come. Things happen. And I've gotten to the place today where I can just kind of walk through this process pretty much in a matter of seconds and, glean what I need to glean from it and work to, not let that be, start to stack again. Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay.
Good. So start us off.
So
now, for those folks out there, get a sheet of paper. Can I tell them to do that?
Absolutely.
I would get a sheet of paper now, and they can draw
these
big X here, these four quadrants.
2 lines.
And do I need a box here on each one? You need a box here, a box there, a box here, a box there. So it's gonna look just like yours.
Yeah, just like.
I don't know what's gonna happen, just like yours. All right, Kim Martin, go ahead and let us know what goes on.
So basically, this is going to be my step number 1. And
step 1.
And step 1 is, so hopefully, I'm not really known for my penmanship, but I do know how to master disappointment.
Okay.
So, but step 1 really is, just doing a dump and capturing what all those disappointments, what they are. Sometimes there's so many of them there that we really can't remember. This is about capturing anything, anyone, or any situation that caused disappointment, that that was holding you back. So for me, even if I just limit this to sort of my entrepreneurial journey.
Okay.
There were things that occurred. There were programs that I invested in. There were products that I invested in. So there were all sorts of things that that I had expectations, and so those expectations went unmet. Often disappointment comes around from unmet expectations or uncommunicated expectations, assumed expectations, So that was a huge lesson that I learned of level setting things. And so, you know, I will keep it, you know, if I just write, I'll just write up here even products, okay? And there were all kinds of different products online. And I will, you know, name some things that they're amazing products. In fact, I have them now and they're working now, but some of them I bought years in advance, you know, due to recommendations from programs and things like that. And there were years before I even used them. So, you know, maybe like a customer, a CRM, which is a customer retention program for, you know, and the thing was, why did I even need a CRM in the beginning? I didn't even have customers when I was getting started. Right?
Sounded real cool, though, didn't it?
It sounded cool.
Sounded cool.
So all the tools and different things like that. I needed a website, right? And
Now that you needed.
I needed a
Maybe.
website. Not really. Not
Or
in the beginning.
do you have like one of those
I didn't
fancy,
need a website.
smancy, advanced Bentley type of websites?
Fancy, schmancy, advanced, Bentley type of websites.
Okay.
With all of those things.
With no customers still?
With no customers.
Okay,
still,
gotcha.
right?
But you needed it.
But I needed it because
thought.
if I built it, they would come.
Yes,
right?
yes,
So,
yes. I like that.
But that didn't prove to work out for me.
Okay.
There were things like, you know, let's see, like email management systems. I'm going to write that up there, EMS. Email management systems. And, you know, when I didn't have a list and there was nobody that I was emailing to have, you know, bought that a year or months in advance. Some of these things are monthly fees and some were annual fees. And so just buying all those different products, even, you know, in the beginning, branding, I think branding and business cards. These are very necessary things in business. But when you don't know, you know, exactly who your customer is and what you're going to be working on, what product, what value you're going to offer, you know, you can step out and get a website and get some branding and get some business cards, and they look really nice and they look really fancy. But can you deliver what this says? Do you even want to deliver that? And so in my journey, I really needed to get clear on who I was called to serve and what I was called to do. But I put, you know, the cart in front of the horse, and, you know, there were some just like amazing products and programs and, you know, working with various coaches. And I did hire coaches along the way, but I think I probably had some of them out of order, right?
Okay, sure.
So,
guilty.
Yeah. Oh, you're guilty as in
Yes,
you've done
yes,
that too?
yes, yes,
Okay. So these are you know, various products, and it's, the interesting thing is, I recently found there was a charge on my American Express from something because I bought a 2-year version of it, and there was recently a charge on my card, and I'm like, what is this all about? And so I called them up, and I didn't even remember that I had that product, and so they did refund me, but the point was I spent 2 years worth of funds on something that I didn't need. So this whole phase is about getting all of those disappointments out. So I will write programs. And for me, in my business, there were a lot of different programs I invested in because you know, everything sounded good and they had value. And just for me at that point, I didn't get what I was expecting to get out of the programs. So some of those programs, they were, you know, like copywriting things, and let's see, even a voice dialing system.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, voice dialing.
That was necessary, right? I guess.
Yeah,
I was listening that will dial somebody one day. I'm not going to dial them, but they'll dial it. Yeah, okay.
So again, I'm writing things that pertain to my, you know, to my business journey. That literally, I mean, I was truly seeking success. I'd had a successful corporate career. I like winning, right? I don't mind failing at something if there's something that I can learn from it or do differently or do better. But it seemed like when I first got started, it was, you know, every time I bought or purchased something, I needed to buy or purchase something else, to the tune of, you know, credit cards with multiple 5 figures of, you know,
Right.
charges on them.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
And, you know, needing to pay those. Now, mind you, I had been undeniably audacious and walked away from my job.
Right.
So, investing in all of this, I was committed to being successful.
Right.
And I thought I was doing the right things, but I continued to be disappointed.
Gotcha.
I invested in to learn online marketing, and the very first program I invested in, I think, was about $5,000.
Okay.
And then if I wanted to go past those first few months, I had to put another $1,000 every year, $1,000. And it was highly complicated. And I had a background in software engineering.
And it was highly complicated for you.
Highly complicated. So I later I found the right program. I'm having success today. But the point was, when I first got started, there were so many different things.
Sure. And for those folks that are just tuning in and just watching for the very first time, we're here with none other than the Kim Martin talking about.
And Vishay Brown.
Thank you very much, Vishay Brown, and how to master disappointments to be.
Yes.
An
so that you can be.
So you can
the
be
undeniably audacious woman that you were created to be.
And you're giving us your step-by-step model.
And I'm giving my step-by-steps. And this one really is, this one really is about just capturing what you had to go through. That's what this is.
Okay, capturing
everything that you had to go through.
Okay, so this is capturing what you had to go through. So you talking about products you had to go through. And you talk about the CRM, the website, business cards, and you give us another part here, which is on programs that you purchased. Okay.
And so again, this is about anything. I'm going to write this down. This is about, anything does have an N in it. Anything, anyone, or any situation that has led to disappointment in your life.
Okay.
So that's what this first step is about. And again, I'm just using it as the kickoff of my entrepreneurial journey, as an example here. This could be relationships. It could be finances. It could be, any area of your life that you have experienced disappointment in. But I'm just using this as an example.
Okay.
And literally, when I walked through this, I wrote down all the products. I wrote down all the programs. I wrote down, all the situations or the people and those things that had led to those unmet expectations in my life. And so here, I'll just write, I guess, coaches and gurus.
Okay.
And I don't mean that in a negative way, because some of the folks I worked with are phenomenal and fantastic, at what they do. But for me, it was out of place. Just like, for instance, here, even website, I went through 4 different webmasters. Thousands of dollars each.
And these are real webmasters. This isn't like the little $2 webmaster. This
is not a
expensive.
$2
Okay.
webmaster. These are people who are highly capable of doing. In fact, no, it was 5. It was actually 5. 5 webmasters. And
so this is you had to. This is things you had to go through. We're talking about step 1. So you went through products, programs, coaches, which you had to go through. And for those that are doing this at home and kind of following along, this is anything, anyone, or any situation you had to go through.
That caused a disappointment.
Okay.
And I went, I bought all the products, I bought all the programs, and I worked with some, a number of people, and literally still didn't get to the success I was looking for. So again, this step number 1, it gives you an opportunity to put it all down. And when I was going through this process originally, I put down everything I could think of. And then a day later, there were 2 more that popped up. 2 weeks later, there were 3 more that popped up. So I continued to build this list, because for me, I was committed to getting it all down so that I could get it all cleared out. So that's step number 1, what you had to go through. Step number 2.
Okay, now we're on step number 2. Go ahead.
And I want to say this about step 1. It's about acknowledging, because so many times we say, I'm over it, I've moved on. And in fact, and I've tested this methodology literally with women across the country. And some of the comments about step number 1 was, I thought I was over that. I thought I had moved past that. I thought I was, I thought that I had dealt with it. And, literally people in tears for different things that were coming up. But it was a good thing. It was a good tears, so that we could move on to step number 2. And step number 2 is really about lessons that you learned, so from all of the experiences in step number 1. So I'm going to put down here lessons learned.
Okay. And when you do lessons learned, are you doing lessons learned based on each row that you put here, or a lesson learned in general?
So I did both.
Okay, good.
Where for me it was a deep-seated disappointment.
Sure.
I literally separated things out, but then there were some general things as well. So
Okay.
So I'll capture like a couple of general things here.
Okay.
Like number 1, one of the lessons I learned is that throwing money at things doesn't solve it, right?
Okay.
So like for example, like I mentioned, I spent a huge amount of money over here, constantly throwing like, give me this website, I want this, I want that, and not even really understanding what I was trying to deliver to the world. I just knew I needed a website. I knew I needed a brand. I knew I needed some business cards. I knew I needed an elevator pitch. I knew I needed, the business stuff, right? And honestly, on the inside, I really wasn't ready yet because there were some things that I needed to kind of clear out and take care of. So, putting money, toward things is not the answer.
Okay, so putting money toward things, not the answer. Okay. And if you're at home, do the exact same thing. Lessons learned from this box over here.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What you had to go through. Go right ahead.
And here I also learned to, that I needed to be able to trust my own voice. I think there was a point in time where I was looking for someone else, a copywriter or someone to give me the right words and that sort of thing. But I actually have a voice. And whenever I would have a website delivered to me and I would read the content, I would have to do a serious amount of editing because it really didn't convey what I wanted to convey. It conveyed what I said when we talked, but it did not convey what I wanted to say. So one of the things I learned was to trust, my voice. I learned that, my business is most important to me. No one is going to care. Let me write it in this way. No one's going to care more about my business than me.
Okay.
So,
No one cares more about my business than me. That is so true.
Yeah. Even if you pay him a lot of money to do something, right? So, so let's see. I learned that one of the things that I did in purchasing some of these products and programs, like I don't know if I got some adrenaline rush or whatever, but I like had the top of the line. So if it was platinum or silver or whatever, I had to buy the top of the line.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that.
And so I bought way more than I wanted. So I think that probably falls into here. But I think also, I don't know if it was pride or ego, they have no place as far as I'm concerned in business, right? Because just because, I was able to swipe out my credit card and pay for that, then that caused my level of expectation to go even higher because I spend this much more money. And, so I think just the pride of, getting the top, I guess, the top tier stuff,
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Sometimes you just feel like, what, I'm guilty of that as well. Like not so much I belong in that group, but if that's what's needed, that little bit extra.
Yeah.
Because to me, the delta is so small based on the results I'm looking for. It's like, look, I don't want to come back to do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I get it.
And
that's my personal justification, by the way. The gap is so small in terms of the price that I'm gonna make it back anyway.
Yeah.
So
that was a part of my justification as well. And I had a friend who used to say, "Oh, well, you need this now, and then you can just put it on the shelf for when you don't actually have to use it today, but you can pull it off when you need it. You'll already have it, and the price may be higher." Well, there's some things that are still on the shelf that I never pulled off, right?
Right.
So the truth is they were not smart purchases.
Right.
So those are just some of the lessons I learned.
Okay. So if I can do a recap, we're here with Kim Martin, and we're here talking about mastering the disappointment within. Kim Martin is the founder of Undeniably audacious women. That's right.
Exactly.
And she's sharing her methodology, which has 4 quadrants to it. The first quadrant was, what did you have to go through? And it could be anything, anyone, or any situation. She's lined that up for us here. And then she says, okay, quadrant number 2, what are the lessons that I learned when I step back at a high level? I'm sure you can go a lot deeper, but at a high level, what are the lessons that she's learned? She's sharing that with us. Mastering the disappointments within is the very first step, or one of the keys for women being successful today. So she had to go through, and then she had to grow through what she was learning, and now we're coming over
to number 3.
To number 3. Now you might want to get a different color. You want brown? You want to switch up colors there? You know, I'm not a marketing guy, but there's some different colors down there. I thought, why not use them?
Why not use them?
Okay.
Right.
So maybe I should stand over here for a second, give you an opportunity.
Yeah.
But
actually, I'm a lefty.
So no, stay there. No, you're good. Okay, good. So number 3.
Yeah. So this is what I had to go through, and this is how I grew through that, right? And so down here, these are the lessons I learned. So this down here is about, what I can teach others from my own experience. So let me just do this.
You're doing well at handwriting. But let's give her handwriting great. Isn't her handwriting amazing? Come on now.
So
teach
these are
others.
lessons that I can teach. And so literally out of, throwing money at things is not the answer. And, trusting your own voice. And, specifically no one cares more about my business than me. So I think the big thing, out of the money is really to do your due diligence, right?
Okay.
And I think it's important to understand where you are and where you're going, so that you have to have a plan. I think I had just visions of grandeur, right? You have to have a plan and a vision for where you want to go. And I think once you are clear on what you want to do, what you want to deliver, what value you want to bring, and you have a plan in place, then you can literally start to filter things through that plan. So, if you know that you want to help women be better manage their finances, okay? But you need to learn some other things about finance. Finance is such a huge area to cover. So maybe you want to help them just be able to set a budget, manage debt, and be able to get out of debt. So when you go to build a website, then those are the things that you need to be able to speak to, right? Not all other kinds of things with flowery words. You need to just be able to tell people, I can help you set a budget and get out of debt and have more money than moth, right? So those are simple things. And so for me, a part of what I can teach people is to, figure out where you are and see what you need. You don't need the cart before the horse. In fact, one of my mentors said to me, you don't even really need a website to be able to be successful in business, right?
I can believe that. I can believe that.
And there's so many things we're told and things that we we think, and we want to do the right thing because we want to be successful.
Okay.
Yet all we do is rack up disappointment after disappointment. So the fact that no one else cares, more about my business than me, I can just literally teach that as is, right? No one is going to care more about your business than you. Okay? So
no one cares more about
it. Swiping your credit card does not relieve you of the responsibility of making sure your business is turning out to be what you want it to be.
Got it.
So none of that literally matters. So all of these, actually, I wrote down things that I can teach, like trust your own voice.
Trust.
I think what happened with me is that I am, let me write first. I'm multi-talented. So
I see you writing and talking at the same time. That's pretty good. That's a good step.
I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are. And I actually spoke to a couple folks over the weekend. They're like, I can do a lot of things well. I just don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. And so sometimes other people, envision that you could do this and you could do that and you should do this. And you think, oh, you really think I could do it? And then you go along with it. But it's not really, the place that you want to be in. So trust your own voice. So if you're going to write a book, if you're going to speak, those are great things. But, you just want to make sure that you have the good content. For me, it's all about delivering value. and it's about being able to deliver and do what you say you're going to do.
Okay.
So being in integrity. Integrity matters to me in business. You know, so if I'm going to do, I'm starting to not be so good. T-E-G-R-I-T-Y. I am a
integrity.
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 Right?
Okay. Integrity.
You know, you want to do what you say you're going to do, and you want to deliver what you say you're going to deliver. And if you give a time frame, you know, you want to be able to do that. Some things that were supposed to be delivered to me weren't delivered, still haven't been delivered. You know, so those things matter to me as well. And I could go on and on with that list. But the bottom line is, this is here, I would say, gone through.
Okay.
And the reason is, you know, for me and working with other people and being a trusted advisor, because that's what I consider myself now, from everything that I had to go through, and because of how I was able to grow through, I can teach and help other people based on what I've gone through. And so the more I'm able to teach this, the more it, you know, gets, you know, kind of bonded into my own DNA. And it's like a two-way street. It's like a two-way growth street.
So in the beginning, I have to go through. So this is the situations. We're here with Kim Martin. Kim Martin today is talking about mastering the disappointment within, one of the keys to success for today's women who are undeniably audacious women. And so they start off with, oh, okay, number one, here's what they had to go through. Number two, here's what they had to grow through, or lessons learned. We have the remix version. And then we back up, you know, part of the Puff Daddy generation. That's just what we do, by the way. And then you had to gone through, teach others. This is what you're going to teach others. Due diligence. No one cares more. Trust, no one cares me, but no one cares more. Trust your voice, and integrity. These are 3 steps. There's a 4th step there. And as you're out there right now, you might be thinking, you know, I'd like to maybe have a conversation with Kim or someone from the team and learn, how do I master the disappointment within? There's a process you go through to get to where we are here. She's sharing the methodology, but there's a process, there's questions. It's pretty intense. Would you be willing to open it up for the woman out there that wants to take a big, bold step that's out there right now, and they want to do it? Would you be willing to let them hide their credit card, lock up their checkbook, and at least have a conversation and kind of learn a little bit about that? I mean, can I ask you to do that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so if you're out there right now, here's what I want you to do. Take your cell phone out. You tell them to take the mobile number out. Take your cell phone. So take it out. Open up your message, because they open up message, and they're going to type in the phone number. I don't know the phone number. You know the phone number?
408.
Oh, perfect. So okay, go ahead.
408.
Can you go a little slow for me?
Yeah.
Okay. 408. Okay, I got that part.
9.
You should get it too.
913.
913. Right, of course. 913.
6963.
I'm with you, the person that's slow. I'm with you. You and I, we're on the same page. 3. Okay, so they're going to put the phone number in, 408-913-6963, and they're going to type the word bold. Is that what I'm hearing?
Bold, yes.
B-O-L-D. And then once you type the word bold, what happens? Well, you're only going to find out when you type the word bold. Okay, so here's what we want you to do. Go open up your cell number now, and you're doing this because you want to sit down and have a conversation. Yeah. So you already said you can lock up your credit card, you can hide your checkbook, you can just show up and be you.
Yeah.
Okay, we know there's some disappointment there. We get it, but it's the first step. They'll have a conversation. Maybe you're lucky. Will you do a few of these yourself?
I'll do a few of these myself.
So you're gonna do
I'll
something.
Do myself.
Okay, so some of you may actually get Kim. I mean, if you, I would take action right now, right? Because if you get Kim, this is like this is off the chain. So you're in on this. Okay, she's all in. Okay,
I'm all in.
So if you're fortunate, do it now. Do it now. The universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't.
Exactly.
So you must open up your cell phone, put in the keyword or type in the phone number
408
408
913
913
6963.
6963. Once you text the word bold, text the word bold, text the word what?
Bold.
Text the word bold, then you're going to get these super fantastic instructions. But it will be a one-on-one.
Yeah.
It will be these conversations are private?
Yeah, they're private.
Confidential?
Confidential.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
Is there any judgment on these things?
No judgment.
So I don't have to worry about
Nope.
how bad my list is?
Nope.
You're not going to be embarrassed at what I bought?
Nope.
You're not going to be embarrassed by my credit card bills?
No.
You're not going to be embarrassed
Trust
about my
me,
relationship?
I have no room to
You're not going to be embarrassed about my relationship?
Okay.
Okay. Relationships, family stuff. You're okay with
Nope.
this? So
I'm
it
okay
doesn't
with
have to
all
all
of
be
it.
business. It can be
Yeah.
personal. Because
It can be personal, and
Okay.
I also find out that a lot of times things that are going on in our personal
Yeah.
lives impact our business as well. They impact even how we make decisions and expectations, and sometimes because there's so many disappointments in other areas of our lives, we're looking for just one place where we can get something to work. And if I can get this product or that program, or make these things work, then that'll be that. At least I know that I've done something right and something well. So it doesn't matter what it is up here. It's just whatever you've had to go through. I was fortunate in that none of this affected my relationship. I had to just come clean with my husband one day, sit down and say, hey, I've got all these bills, and what I need you to do is please help me to stop swiping this card.
Right.
So, and he didn't blow up or anything. I know he was surprised by the numbers, but I was at that place. I needed something to work. Right. I needed something to work.
So okay,
And,
so good. So there's no judgment.
No judgment.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
because so if it's personal things you've done or situations taking
Yeah.
place, it's all confidential. It's all very, very
confidential.
private. But the promise is you'll walk away and you have your own personal.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk. I can't get to everything. So we got one more part to get to. Can't get to everything.
Yeah.
But then we'll talk about kind of what happens after this.
Yeah.
What happens over and beyond once this is put together? What are the next steps? Well, you have to text the word bold. Text the word bold one more time to
408 613
613
6963.
6963.
I think I might have gotten this 913 6963.
Okay.
913 6963.
Don't worry about it. 408 913 408 913. That's why I write things down. I got to start writing things. There was time I didn't have to write it down. I got to put it down. 408 913 6963. Okay, let's go here. Number four.
Four.
All right.
Number 4, this is, I love to get to this phase because
It's the end.
Well, not just, it's
No.
actually the beginning.
It's the beginning.
It's the beginning.
Woo!
It's a new beginning.
I like that. A rebirth. Oh,
It is a
I ain't going to go there. I ain't going to go there right now. I'm not going there.
It is a rebirth.
Oh, holla at your boy.
And for me, because it was, this is a business sort of map.
Yeah, sure,
So
absolutely.
it was a rebirth of a woman entrepreneur. I won't put the word entrepreneur in there, but you can, fill in the blank there. But it was a rebirth, and literally, when we get to this step, I just have people to draw a woman. And, I'm not necessarily an artist, but I'll give her some hair, some earrings, a smile for sure. We'll just, put a dress on her. And don't you guys laugh at my woman and, her hands and, literally I put her heart in there. And so what this is all about, you went through it, you grew through it, and, you've gone through, you're teaching others, you're helping others. But then, and you're putting these things into practice. And then this is about moving forward. And it is about taking with you, what is going to help you get you to the next level and help you continue to sustain and to grow. And so for me, coming out of this, I literally found belief, I would say, belief in myself. Belief in my business.
Okay.
Because after so many disappointments, it can wear away at your belief, right? And if your thoughts aren't aligned, your words and actions and habits and all of that aren't aligned either to the success that you say that you want. And a lot of times we're not having success because we haven't dealt with these things, and they're weighing on us and pulling us down. So belief in my business. I would say belief in my goals. Let's see, I'll write this.
Belief in my goals. Okay.
Belief in my goals. I would actually say, the whole undeniably audacious, I'm just going to abbreviate it, UAW movement.
Mm-hmm.
And even a new book. I'm writing a book around this methodology. We're doing a really quick overview here today, but like you said, it is a process, and walking through it is not the easiest thing to do, but it's something that is a must-do, right?
Must.
You have to learn to master the disappointment within if you really want to be the undeniably audacious woman you were created to be. So let's see. So I've got this whole movement, community. My business has its own voice now, right? So I have my own business voice. I feel, I could go on and continue with the various things that I've learned, and I really do. I'm really excited about being able to help other women, be authentic, and there's a TH in there in their business.
I'm really impressed with spelling. That's pretty good. Authentic. I was like, authentic. There's a TH.
I'm a pretty good speller. I used to win spelling bees as a kid so I could get the cookies.
I knew.
I just wanted the cookies. So this whole thing is about, this part is the rebirth. So if all my undeniably audacious ladies out there could just type down hashtag go through, hashtag grow through, hashtag gone through, hashtag rebirth of a woman.
Rebirth of a woman.
Yeah, those are literally the steps. And I like I said, I have an engineering background, so I tend to be very logical about things. And this step number one, you can't handle what you're not willing to, confront or lay out or acknowledge. So acknowledge it. And no matter how bad it was, there's some lessons to learn from it. And I try to keep the lessons on the positive side and not necessarily dwell on the negative. We know there's negative because it was bad. It was a disappointment. But what good things did you get out of that you can take forward? And what can you use to help someone else maybe not experience that or, along their way? And then all of these things that you take, out of here, these lessons learned, and the more you teach them and they become a part of who you are, these things literally become a part of your own personal success formula.
Personal success formula. Okay.
Personal success
formula.
And these are things that you use as filters. I will forever trust my own voice. Now, that doesn't mean I don't seek wise counsel about things, but I will not let someone steer my business in a different direction, that is out of integrity for me. And just because it looks good or sounds good, if it's out of integrity for me, I won't do it.
You won't do it.
Yeah. So, and that's all because I learned that lesson to trust my own voice. And I literally have helped other people. Don't. I try not to put words in people's mouths, but really to validate, what their calling is and what they want to do. And so, these are on a high level. The 4 steps. Don't let anyone, any situation, or anything hold you back. Always look for lessons. There's always lessons. I love how, even John Maxwell says sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. So even though a lot of these weren't wins, I sure did learn a heck of a lot, right? I learned a lot. And sometimes learning is more valuable than winning.
Yeah.
If you get a whole lot more out of learning than winning that I can share with others, and that I can stand in front of you today, an undeniably audacious woman with a new beginning and a new start and reborn, and excited about life, excited about business, and ready to continue to take big, bold steps.
Fantastic. Well, once again, Kim, this is super fantastic. We gave you a way that they could connect, the way they could have their own, put this together with you so they can get their own big, bold steps.
Yeah.
We're going to give the phone number one last time, and as we close out, so you need to text the word bold, so you need to get your phone out. Text the word bold. Text the word bold.
To 408.
408. Put this in your number. Now look. Do it so you can share it for yourself or for someone else.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario is you show up, you get Kim.
Yeah.
And it was a waste of your time. That's the worst case scenario.
But But it won't be a waste of your time.
I agree.
I pretty
Best
much-
case
I
scenario,
guarantee you that.
you show up and you're with Kim.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, changes your life
Yeah.
from today going forward. And I promise you the same promise Kim
Yeah.
made. The worst case scenario, absolutely, unequivocally,
Yeah.
will not happen. That's a promise. That's a promise.
Because I'm going to help, this process really does help to tear down all those monuments to disappointment and allow for the space to take those big, bold steps. So
Big, bold steps. So with that being said, text the word bold. Once again, the number is
408
no cost, no credit card. That's not needed.
913 6963.
Fantastic. With that being said, Kim, I'll give you the opportunity to have your final comments as we close out. It's been an honor and a privilege for me to learn how to master the disappointment, master disappointments within, and that is one of the first steps, or one of the steps, in order for women to become undeniably audacious.
You must master the disappointment within in order to become the undeniably audacious woman that you were created to be. Yep.
So with that being said, your closing comments.
My closing comment is, you know what? It's been a pleasure to stand here.
For the first time, we're live. Woo! Okay, sorry. I lost my mind.
Much love from my heart to yours. I absolutely am excited about, seeing and hearing and helping, seeing how this has been a help and helping women across the country. I said I've tested it across the country, but, around the world, literally to get past those disappointments. So
And you're
we
committed, I
can-
understand, doing this until
Yeah.
you can no longer do this. I mean,
committed. I'm
you're
doing
going to
it.
help women across this country until
That's
your
right.
day comes. I mean, this is
Yeah.
one of your purposes. It's one of your missions.
It
I mean,
absolutely
for
is.
folks to know what this is and have the steps. Sorry, I
Because
didn't interrupt your
Yeah,
close.
I literally believe that we should live the lives that we want to live, and not the ones that we're expected to live, and not the ones that we, are where we are buried under disappointments. I'm about knocking those monuments down and helping you to master the disappointment within, so you can absolutely become the undeniably audacious woman you were created to be. I cannot say that enough. You were created to be
Amen.
undeniably audacious. Yeah.
So with that being said, my name is Shay Brown.
My
this-
name is Kim Moore Martin.
Thank you so much for joining. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll certainly make good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless, and we'll
bless.
see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now. See ya.